All right, greetings and salutations out there in YouTube land. I'm your host once again, Dan Thornton. I want to thank you all for joining me here today, the middle of the day, Lions Talk Live. Sorry, I had some issues trying to get this video to go up originally, so having to use a secondary source to get this up. So if it's not perfect, apologies for that. I am not going to be able to more than likely read comments in this. I'll do the best I can with it. If I can get some comments to come through, then fair enough. But at any rate, having to use, again, secondary programs to get this to go. The original program wasn't working out well. If you guys are watching, if you throw a comment or two in the chat just so I can test this out and see if it is working, that'd be great. But as you can probably tell from the thumbnail within this video, Detroit Lions Brad Holmes, we've talked about in the morning show for weeks. He's not going to stay pat. He's going to make things happen. He's going to try to do whatever he feels is in the best interest of this team, this organization. So it became privy to me earlier today while I was in a work meeting. I got a couple of texts from people I trust within the media industry. Brad Holmes has made calls to and spoken to two different teams about possible trade up scenarios. One of those being the Los Angeles Rams. I think we all get he used to work there. He's had a long, outstanding career with the Rams, helped build and construct their most recent Super Bowl championship team. Also, he was the head behind trading Matt Stafford there, acquiring Jared Goff. He played a pivotal role in the Rams trading up to get Jared Goff. So we all get that. The other is the Indianapolis Colts. Now, what these packages are going to involve, what player the Lions obviously are trying to target, I think we're going to have to all speculate. But what we can see from these two situations is the Rams, as we all know, have the 19th pick in the NFL draft. The next one is pick 15 with the Indianapolis Colts. So the Lions, the front office, clearly feel like there's going to be somebody between 15 and 19 that they want to potentially target. I don't know anything more other than they're making these calls. They're talking to their front office. The phone's going off all day long. Sorry. A couple of you guys watching right now sending me some comments about it, making some jokes. But anyway, so here's what we do know. We've said for about a month now on the morning show that the Lions, it just didn't seem plausible that they'd be able to hold on to all 7 of those draft picks. We've gone through a ton of different scenarios where we felt the Lions might potentially trade up, trade out, etc. Do whatever you got to do to go ahead and make those picks work on your half, your behest, to try to get some real value out of them. Because I think we are all aware that if the Lions hold on to those picks, chances are you're not going to be able to keep all of them on the 53-man roster. This team's just too deep, too strong, and then you run into the problem also if you put them on the practice squad, they're probably going to get gobbled up by other teams. I do see the chat's working, so that's good, and thanks for that. So if you're just tuning in, here's the situation. Yesterday, I confirmed from 3 different sources that Brad Holmes talked to both the Indianapolis Colts and the Los Angeles Rams. He has a strong working relationship with the Rams, done multiple deals with them throughout his tenure here as the Detroit Lions general manager. Now, the interesting part, at least to me, is the Indianapolis Colts, because they're only a couple picks higher. There's got to be somebody that this organization feels is a player of interest to the Detroit Lions that's going to be roughly in that 15 through 19 range. They're obviously trying to potentially, I should say, leapfrog some people to acquire that person, whoever it is. I do not know what they'd be willing to trade up. I don't know any of that. It's all speculation on my behest if I was to say anything about it. All right, let's get to the comment section. And again, I'm using a different platform to go ahead and put this video out since the first one just wasn't working. So all I can do is read the comments. I can't actually put them on the screen. So Paper Bag fan, what do you got? Good afternoon. Can't wait to see what he will do. Me neither. I think all Lions fans are jumping up and down, waiting to see what the Lions do. Chrome, what up, Dan? What up, Chrome? Miles, let's see. Hiya, we're getting Stafford back. Yeah, maybe not, man. Maybe not with that. Moonscar, are you hearing someone of particular interest? So that's a great question, Moonscar. And no, I am not. That's where I guess we're going to have to all speculate. I mean, just because you look at this year's team, really, what could it be? What really does this team need? Probably nothing comes to mind. There's nothing that really jumps out. But I'm trying to think who's going to be available between 15 and 19 or right around there where the Lions feel strong enough that they're willing to give up something to go up there and get it. And that's what we're all going to have to guess, because I don't have the information. I don't have anything yet. I've put out a couple calls, text messages, whatever you want to say, to try to get some insight on that. And right now, I just haven't heard back from anybody. Like I said, I only got this information about a half hour or so ago. Had to finish a work event, and then had to come to work and get in the office. You guys probably all could tell it's the work office. So, but Moonscar, in short, I'll try to get it to you guys as quick as I can if I get anything. Trump's. I can't really woo out here since I'm at the work office, but I'm just going to say woo. Sean, hey, Dan, Hookadoo, Mole Maker, we are better off with Goff. There we go. Mile, yes. Yeah, Hookadoo, Smoke you some. Goff isn't going anywhere. Woo. Yeah, again, I can't do the real woo, not at the office. All right, Mole, what do you got? LOL. This is from Miles Barker. Mole, LOL. It's a joke, son. I'm Goff Slappy. Yes, he is. One funky. If Latour or Verse fall to the teens, I'm good with training up. Then there is Arnold as well. Yeah, good point on that one, Funky. So maybe that is what they're trying to go for. Maybe they feel you could get one of those premium ends and try to get somebody in there. I know Mel Kiper Jr. had the Lions again taking a wide receiver at 29, but if the Lions are trading up that far, I just don't see them taking wide receiver. I think it's got to be defensive edge, maybe an offensive lineman, but it's got to be somebody I'm thinking that's coming in to impact the team right away, not somebody who's sitting on the bench. But if you guys have any thoughts on it, let me know, because I'm clueless. And I want to reiterate that. I'm clueless right now as to what the trade would be for. I just thought it was interesting that you got a 4-pick span between both of those teams. So it's somebody they feel, or it's potentially there's something there for them to trade up and try to acquire. Let's see, where did I leave off? Let's see, one funky teens. Doug, what do you got? A number one wide receiver, cornerback, offensive line, or edge? We need more than ever. I'll go with that. Hookadoo, I knew you were. LOL. Moonscar, I knew what I said in the morning show was going to come true, trading all of our picks moving up. We are trading all of our picks for the Bears for, they're number 1 and 9. There you go. We'll see if that works out. Doug, let's see. Don't need a lot. Number 1 picks, above one funky. I have a number 1 wide receiver. Need an X because we have a Y and a Z in St. Brown and J-Mo. Could it be? I mean, one funky. I would think at 29, there's real conversations to be had about the Lions taking a wide receiver, one who's different than what they currently have. So like an X or an out wide receiver. Could they potentially be going up into the teens or trying to acquire someone? That I don't know. Trump, hope it's not a wide receiver. Motown Mitch, they want to give us 2 first-round picks for Goff and give us Stafford. We also need a third. There you go. Max, he wants Latour. It could be. He does seem to be jumping up a lot of the boards, and I know people are speculating on that a lot. I have not heard anything back so far as to why they would be trading up to 15 to 19. And I'm guessing if I know they've talked to 2, that means they've talked to probably 2 or 3 other teams that you and I and everybody else just do not have information on. Don Bird, Moonscar, not a chance in heck. All right, Motown Mitch, going after Wiggins if I had to guess. Okay. Bo, cooking time from Brad. It does sound like it, Bo. Sounds like he is. I mean, but we all get this. Tomorrow you're 2 weeks away from the draft. There's going to be a lot of this stuff coming out. It does sound like it, Bo. Sounds like he is. I mean, but we all get this. Tomorrow you're 2 weeks away from the draft. There's going to be a lot of this stuff coming out on every NFL team. Who knows, man? But I could, you guys have heard me for a month or so talk about it. I think there's about a 0% chance we hold on to all 7 picks. We're moving up for somebody, is my guess. Chris Time, what do you got? Brad Holmes knows the draft. He does. Miles, smiley face. Let's see. Mike the Marine, howdy, Dan, and Brad Holmes wants a blue chip. I would agree, an impact player, because we've got depth everywhere. Now we need some dudes to come in. All right, Chris Time, maybe it's Dallas Turner. That's not a bad idea, man. That's not a bad idea at all. Miles, what do you got? Motown Mitch, LOL, good one. One funky. I wasn't saying we would move up for a wide receiver. I was pointing out that we don't need a number 1. We still have we have that in St. Brown, but we don't have an X. No, I agree with you there, man. I think if we stay at 29, I think there's a growing opportunity for the Lions to get somebody there, a wide receiver, and probably a good one. Trump's big, ugly, or defense, I would go with both. This regime likes to build around the trenches. That makes a lot of sense to me. Let's see, Doug, a Witherspoon, a Hutch, a Jackson Powell, blue chip wide receiver. Okay, I'll go with that. All right, guys, I got to get back to work. I just wanted to get this to you real quick. If you haven't yet subscribed to Lions Talk Live, please consider doing so. I want to say we're like 60 subs away from hitting 6,400. Also, don't be afraid to hit that thumbs up button. It really helps the channel out. If there's some other breaking news later today, I'll get it to you guys as quick as possible. Otherwise, take care, and we'll see you all in the next Lions Talk Live. See you guys.